Sportsman's Adventures is presented by Yamaha.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, it looks like a peacock.
Looks like it. What?
Looks like it. Damn, it's a fighter. That's been there still. Come here before those gators get here. Come on.
Look at here.
Oh, that's a nice peacock. Oh, man. Are you serious?
Did he get it?
He didn't get it, but he was beautiful. Did you see that?
I saw
God
it.
bless America.
Go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Only a mama could love that mouth. Bringing home the snappers. Hey, look at that.
It's early spring in the river of grass. Barely a cloud, and the temperature is perfect for a day of fishing in South Florida. One of the fastest ways to get around the Everglades is by airboat. The droning of an airplane engine makes for an odd balance while you sled through the tall sawgrass and experience nature in its raw and virtually untouched state. Eventually, all the noise fades into the distance and it's beautiful. Today, Captain Rig is fishing with the ambassador of Zoo Miami, Ron Magill. Guiding them along is Captain Ridge Murphy. His job is to see how many species of fish they can hook up today.
Real. There you go. There we go, Ron. Nice bass. So get out of your way. Pull over here to the left. Pull it over here. That's good. There we go. Nice. Ron, this is the first bass you've ever caught out of an airboat?
Yes, it is.
That's pretty cool, man. Old black bass.
They're pretty fish.
Yeah. Give me a little slack there, Mr. Ron. So, you know, it's crazy the amount of fish when the glades get low, how these rim canals just fill up, you know?
Yeah, I noticed when we pulled in, all the birds kind of congregating around here. It kind of let me know there's got to be a lot of fish. Not to mention all the gators I see kind of sitting around.
It's definitely a system that it all falls into these holes, you know?
I mean, it's paradise out here. It looks like a postcard.
We couldn't have asked for a nicer day.
It's just beautiful. I feel like I'm in a postcard. It's as if,
Welcome to my office. Look,
what is that? That's a
Mayan cichlid.
Yeah,
So
that's a beautiful fish, actually. Wow.
you unbelievable to eat.
Really?
It's the whitest meat.
Really?
It's like crappies. And as you know, they have, these are tanks. They
Yeah.
were in tanks, and that's
Right.
how they got introduced to the,
Oh, Petra.
yeah.
Wow.
So we have a lot of invasive
Right.
species. So we have
I know we've got Oscars.
Oscars. We have
There's another
Mayan
dog.
cichlids. We have the Midas cichlid. Then we have tilapia.
Right.
So all
Peacock
because
bass were introduced on purpose, right?
on purpose,
Right,
correct,
right.
by the FWC, because of all of these, like the Oscars and the tilapia were so aggressive that they would go into the largemouth bass nest,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't allow them to breed and do their thing, so the population was falling down. And then they introduced the peacock, and the peacock and the largemouth seemed to get along pretty well. So that helps keep the control, because the peacocks eat these things like it's going out of business. You know what else eats these? In the backcountry, the big snooks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we throw a lot of plugs that look similar to this with bars, and boy, they really eat the crud out of them.
Pretty fish.
Pretty fish,
Yeah.
and really good to eat. Super good to eat.
I know. Well,
That's a nice bass.
What you got? Nice. That's the one that just got off mine, Ron. I can just tell by the little hair lip he's got in the corner.
The better one for sure.
You know I'm gonna take credit if it's a big bass. Oh, that was the one I just had on. Sheesh. There you go. Look at that. The little bass assassin, a beetle spin with a crappie assassin tail. I love it.
That little hole over there, I've got like 2 of them over there. Like they hit right away. It's just a hard place to cast.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is go down there in the airboat and park on the other side and throw this way.
There's like 10 gators around there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll just slide down there.
They're all this size, but
that's all right. Schoolie's a schoolie.
There you go, buddy. That's a good fish right there.
That's a good bass, Rich.
Not a bad one.
Nice. All right, now don't let it, you can't let him go. He'll go down there and tell everybody, right? We need to put him in the protective witness program. Watch, he's gonna tell everybody.
Catch one, and then he's gonna go down there and tell everybody what's going on.
Yep.
They found us again.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Rodan. Set it, forget it. Catch more fish. Fish Bites and Fish Bites Fight Club Lures. The Costa Pro Series. It's time to go pro. And StarTron. Cures and prevents fuel problems. Later in the day, Captain Ridge guides Captain Rick and Ron to a culvert literally in the middle of the Everglades. But a group beat us to it, and it doesn't look like they're ready to leave.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me they walk up rocks.
They can jump too, so be careful. I've seen them go right over 6-foot chain link like it's nothing.
Oh boy.
That's a nice Oscar. Look at this Oscar. This is a beautiful Oscar, full color, full male color.
Oh.
Full male color. Now you're gonna see the difference when I'm talking about color and Oscars. See the color on that guy?
Yeah.
That's the full color of the male Oscar here. Settle down.
Hey, he's peeing all over you, man.
That's all right. But that's a beautiful, that's a big male. See, that's the big male there. So that's, why don't you pull that hook out while I hold this?
All right.
There you go.
That eagle claw's in there, bud.
It is.
That's a little 1-0 live bait hook. We even use these hooks for tunas.
Really?
Yeah, that's how strong they are. This is the laser sharp.
This
And look at how little that hook is.
Yeah.
And we use that for blackfin tunas.
Really?
Yeah.
This fish in 1970 would have cost you $50.
And now, they're free.
They're free.
Get him out of there! Get him out of there! Get him out of there! Nice.
Reggie,
Got some bass.
this is a whole nother level of bass fishing. You didn't tell me about big lizards.
Full contact.
Wow. Hey.
It's like sharks, except kind of cooler.
Yeah, man. You caught them all on that one lure, Ron.
It's true.
A beetle spin with a bass assassin crappie. A pan, it's called a pan assassin.
It's a great little lure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see.
Throw it up there in the dirt.
Ah, you gotta give him a fighting chance at least.
Well, I've caught a total of 9 fish, 6 different species. Caught bass, peacock bass, alligator gar, Mayan cichlid, crappie, and Oscar. I've never done that. And through a labyrinth of gators. This is a slice of heaven, man.
On the frog. Bass assassin frog, Ron. We had a shiner, so we had to go to the artificials, and the bite is picked up. Look, double header.
Come here, buddy. Another selfie mode.
So that's a good picture right there, Ron.
Yeah, I like this.
Look, two fish
natives
that live here.
Get in there, brother. Hold it in front of you. Look at the sun this way.
Okay.
I want you to look happy, brother. Look happy. Here we go.
All right, hold on. Let me grab this.
Shot.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the freaking thing in mode here.
It's a good thing that you got 9-foot arms.
It is a good thing. Okay, hold on. Let me get this here. Here we go.
You ready?
Yeah, show it to me. Up high.
All right, wait.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. This is beautiful. You are the man, Captain Rick. You are the man.
What you got, Rich?
I got another bass. And I do have another bass.
Good one.
See if we can't get him past the dragons.
Oh, no. Wow, Rich, that's a good one.
Oh!
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You know, Ron, when I think about South Florida, growing up as a kid, you know, I had a family that had a house out at Stiltsville in Biscayne Bay. In the culture of South Florida.
It's incredible. It really is. You know, as a kid who grew up in a small apartment in New York City from 2 immigrant parents, coming down here was like utopia. This is really an incredible place for anything to do with the outdoors. You think about the Stiltsville culture out in Florida Bay. You think about these wonderful airboat camps here in the Everglades. It really is. It's an endless source of just wonder. Nature here. I mean, here we are sitting in the middle of winter, in the middle of the Everglades, looking at a place that's really magical, like no other place in the world. And it's an incredible gift. It's something that I wish I could take the hand of everybody who lives in South Florida and sit them in a place like this just for 5 minutes to understand how lucky we are.
You know, if you took world leaders and you put them here, they wouldn't be fancy enough for them, but you know what? They would really feel it.
Absolutely. I mean, there's an old saying that says, in the end, you protect what you love what you understand, and you understand what you're taught. There's no better teacher than coming to a place like this and understanding how priceless this natural world is.
Now, speaking of a gift to South Florida, you're the communications director of Zoo Miami. How did you get that job, Ron?
You know, it was always a dream of mine to work with wildlife. I had to work outdoors, and the zoo was a step to get into that, to work with this wildlife, to work with these incredible animals, and to be connected to conservation. I didn't come to work at the zoo to work for an attraction. I wanted to work for an institution that was going to do things to preserve this natural world. You know, we have our new Florida Mission Everglades exhibit, which is all about creating windows into the world so that people go to the zoo, they can see that, and it plants a seed in them that makes them want to come out here and experience the real thing. Because I try to get people to understand they travel thousands of miles from around the world to experience what we have in our own backyard every day.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Power Pole, Total Boat Control, Contender Boats, always in the game, Casa Vieja Lodge, experience 5-star angling in beautiful Guatemala, Murphy's Law Sport Fishing, book your trip at murphyslawsportfishing.com, Taco Marine, troll the edge, and Diamond Fishing Products. Our reputation is on the line. Ron Magill isn't just the global ambassador for Zoo Miami. He's the person people have connected with all over the nation when people have questions about all kinds of animal species. Today, he's introducing us to a part of Zoo Miami that focuses on the Everglades.
So this is our wading bird exhibit part of the Everglades. And what we have in here is we have a lot of birds that are basically permanent rehabs. They can't fly away,
Right.
but then we have a lot of freeloaders too. Because the birds here learn very quickly that certain meals go out at certain times of the day. So here you'll see we've got some spoonbills that are rehabs, but those wood storks out there, those are freeloaders. That great egret out there, that's a freeloader. The pelicans are rehab birds, but these are all birds that would exist together in the Everglades. And it's great to see that the freeloaders come in here, because what does that tell us? We did a good job in the Everglades exhibit. They'd rather come here than go to the Everglades.
Yeah, your live decoys are working well.
There you go. Come on in, Rick. I think one of the great things about this exhibit is that you can have this kind of interactive experience. You can come in here and literally you're 1 inch from touching his skin, and that 1 inch just is the plexiglass that is dividing between you and it. I don't know of many kids that can get under a almost 11, 12-foot crocodile and see this kind of detail, see the feet, see the algae, see the scales, and understand it's not some malicious monster. I think one of the big things the zoo needs to do, and all of us need to do, is make people understand that if you respect wildlife properly, you should have no reason to be afraid of it.
No, and this, kids will remember this forever.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully have more respect for it, understand that this is not something that's just trying to kill them. It's something that is part of the food chain out here, a very important part of the food chain. And again, the Everglades is the only place in the world where you see these guys and alligators together.
Zoo Miami's exhibit goes the extra mile with other species that you may find in the Florida Everglades, like bald eagles, bobcats, the gray fox, and black bears. You can even learn about them while they are being served snacks.
We can make sure if they're getting a little too heavy, we'll cut their food back just a little bit. If they get a little too slim, we can bump up their food.
One of the special residents at the exhibit is Mahala. She is a Florida panther that was orphaned and now part of the Zoo Miami family. And you can't forget the otters. You can watch them play the whole day. Then there's the gators.
So here we have our little group of alligators, Rick, kind of like what we saw out there in the Glades, except these guys have it a lot easier than those guys do.
Oh yeah.
I noticed some of the guys out there in the Glades, one was missing a foot, a couple missing some eyes, and that's because they struggled to survive. This is like Club Med for gators here. We just give them their food every day. They seem to enjoy each other's company, and we don't have any risks, but it gives people a little bit of a wrong impression because they think, oh, they're very calm, and you don't realize an alligator in short spurts can probably outrun a human.
And why are their toenails white? Do you guys give them pedicures here, Ron?
No, like I say, they kind of live in the lap of luxury here, and when they get out of the pond, that concrete just keeps their nails filed and clean.
Yeah.
So it tends to stay cleaner that way. The water is constantly flushed and brought out, so they don't have a lot of time for a lot of algae to grow on them.
Right.
So we have them strictly here as ambassadors for those guys out in the wild, except these guys tend to look a little bit better. They don't struggle as hard.
Good for them.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Ameritrail, Load, Launch, Relax. Maverick Boat Group, makers of premium boat brands. Maverick, Hughes, Pathfinder, and Cobia. The American Fishing Tackle Company, any fish, any water, since 1958. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And Garmin, plot your paradise, reel 'em in.
People think of the Everglades and they think of it as just a big swamp.
Yeah.
And it's so much more than that. You've got hardwood hammocks, you've got cypress areas, you've got pine rockland, you've got these beautiful islands that they have. So that's what we try to show in this exhibit. You're going around and you're looking at those different windows, from crocodiles and alligators to, panthers and bobcats.
It's amazing how well you guys have captured even the trees are what we see in the Glades, from the cypress trees. We've got little airboat exhibits, and I'm amazed at how well they did. Somebody really did a good job on their homework.
They did a lot of research, and again, the challenge was trying to get that, got a little storytelling too when you go by through here, because you're going through basically the old culture of the airboat, and there's this guy who supposedly disappeared in the Everglades, and we're trying to find him. But back to the point of the design of the exhibit, yeah, all the trees here are authentic, all the plants are native plants that you would find in the Everglades. Again, trying to show people that, you don't have to travel to the other side of the world to be in incredible nature. It's the greatest gift we have, that in our own backyard, we have really one of the greatest natural treasures of the world.
You're absolutely right. You know what amazes me, Ron, is that we have all these national parks at Everglades National Park, because we don't have mountains and all the crazy stuff, big herds of buffalo. It's the 48th least visited, but it's the third largest.
Third largest, and listen, we have in Everglades over 300 species of birds, over 300 species of plants, and it's unbelievable. The fish, there's such diversity in the Everglades. The thing is, it's not that big bang up in your face kind of diversity. You have to take the time to look.
So Ron, what do you think about bass fishing in the Glades?
I never thought about it. That's one of the things that really enlightened me. As you go out there, I always think of fishing in Florida as, sailfish, tarpon, a lot of saltwater stuff. To get into the Glades and understanding how many bass there are there, and knowing ahead of time that bass fishing is probably one of the most popular fishing sports in the country, I didn't associate all these bass in the Everglades. And the fact is, you understand that some of these places, work really hard to make these artificial reservoirs just to have the great bass fishing. They work hard to do something that we have here naturally, in this natural world that really all the money in the world couldn't reproduce the way we have it here.
You're 100% right.
You know, the other thing I think people don't understand, again, when we think of the Everglades, I don't think we put as much emphasis on fish as we need to. The fact is, fish are the building blocks of the Everglades. Everything feeds on the fish, whether it be the alligators, whether it be the birds, whether it be even a lot of the mammals, feed on those fish. That's a building block that enables the Everglades to function the way it does. It is the glue that creates that web of life. You know, when the fish are low, the birds are low, and everything becomes a domino effect.
Right.
Everything revolves around the fish populations, which again, depends a lot on the water, on the rains, but at the end of the day, no fish, no Everglades. It is the foundation of that incredible park.
What do you see in similarity, the wild versus what we've got captured here?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the first things I noticed is, you know, you got an airboat, and again, it's that preconceived notion that the Everglades is this river of grass, nothing but sawgrass for as far as the eyes can see. Yesterday, going in those airboats and going through those incredible trails of cypress heads and these mosses and these air plants, the diversity of what I saw there is just beautiful, you know? I mean, I think we were able to kind of condense that a little bit here, where you can walk from a pine rockland into a cypress swamp, into a hardwood hammock. You know, to see those things in reality makes me understand that it's so important that when people come here, that this exhibit doesn't satisfy their curiosity for the Everglades. It plants a seed that encourages that curiosity to go out and want to learn more. Because I can tell you, as much as you can enjoy this, the real thing is so much better.
Keep up with the latest at Sportsman's Adventures by logging into our website at sportsmansadventures.com and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.